Thank you for joining us on another session of Zurima's Library Kitchen. Today it's all about puff pastry. I am going to show you how to make two different recipes, one savory and one sweet. So come join me and learn how to make it. First off, cheese taquitos. Here are your ingredients. So what is puff pastry? It is a flaky, light pastry made from laminated dough composed of dough and butter and other solid fats. The butter is put inside the dough, making a pattern which is repeatedly folded and rolled out before baking. So on this package, you get 2 sheets of puff pastry, and what we're going to do is that we're going to lightly flour our surface and then extend it. What I'm doing here now is kind of marking my dough so that I can have at least a way to cut my dough and make it symmetrical and equal parts. So this part doesn't have to be exact. Like I said, I was just guiding myself. But as you can see, it wasn't that good of a cut. But anyway, so what you're going to do next is going to put whatever cheese combinations you want. I like it simple, and plus I'm in the library, so we have to be careful here. I can't go crazy. So I went ahead and just used mozzarella cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. Feel free to do that. You can use all kinds of combinations like ricotta with spinach, brie, or even ham and cheese. So after you put the combination that you like, you're going to lightly brush water on the edges of your dough so that it can stick, and then you can do the sealing of the edges with your fork. So once you have your dough already stuffed and sealed, then we're going to beat our egg and we're going to lightly brush it on the top so that it can give it that golden look once it is baked. So a tip that I can give you is if you know how to make this dough, go ahead and do it. Or if you even want to try it, go ahead and try it. But if you just really don't have the time, just go ahead and buy a packet. So another thing I can tell you about this is that, let's say for example you have extras you don't want to cook or you want to keep them for later, just go ahead and wrap it in some freezer paper and keep it in your freezer. It will last for a long time. So just do that and bring them out whenever you want to eat them, and you're good, you're golden. So just go ahead and place them in the oven for 375 degrees for about 40 minutes and you're good to go. Here's what I have. It is really hot, but it's very, very soft. It is so good. I wish you could have a piece right now. This is eaten in my country during breakfast, but we also eat it for lunch. But not just one, we eat about 2 or 3. Okay, so now we're doing apple roses. Here are your ingredients. So first we're going to prepare our water where we're going to soak our apples so that they don't get blemish. Here's a technique that I learned from watching Rachel Ray. If you squeeze your lemon like this, it prevents the seeds going into your juice, so you don't have to pick them later. After you have halved and cored your apples, go ahead and slice them in very thinly. Be careful not to cut yourself with this. If you have a mandolin, you can use that as well. And then we are going to place them in the lemon water. And then we're going to cook for about 4 to 7 minutes, depending on how much water and how many apples you have. Okay, so on to the fun part. So here you can eyeball it like I did, or you can get your ruler out and measure it to where you can get 6 strips. I got 5, but that's fine. So here, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna put your sticky medium. In this case, I chose honey. And then you're going to lay down the apples, okay, one on top of the other, at the edge, so that the pretty side up, like the curvy side, is on the outside. Then we're gonna fold it in half, like you can see here, and then roll. Now you can use the egg wash here to stick it, to stick the ends together, like I did. Or you can do it after you have folded it in half onto the apples. That will work as well. So here's another method that I tried. I tried putting the egg wash on the inside and see if it will make any difference. And then of course I used the cinnamon sugar. By the way, it doesn't make a difference, so either way is fine. This is my favorite part, rolling it and seeing how pretty the roast looks. That is so pretty. So here's a mold that I used. We don't have a muffin pan here in the library, so I bought this one, and it works really well. So another thing that you can put in here will be jam. You can put either apricot jam or apple jam, and it will taste just as good as honey. Delish! On to the rolling. And there it goes. This one looks just as pretty. And here they are, the apple roses. Now they look a little burnt, but it's not. Believe me, they're not. Now I drizzle mine with caramel sauce, which is delicious. It made it a little bit sweeter, but you can also dust it with powdered sugar. That's just as good. So give this dough a try. Any combinations that you put in it will result in a very delicious dish.
Very good.
Yeah?
It's very yummy. Thank you. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the cinnamon and the apples. I like some cinnamon and apples a lot. So thank you. Very nice.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope you like the recipes I made for you today and give them a try. See you in next session of Zurima's Library Kitchen. Bye!